Welcome to this Windows channel, and we are, of course, slowly taking a look at the privacy settings of Creators Update. As at every version, it's kind of interesting to see what have changed and what is new or not in these settings. So, if we go into the settings in Windows 10 Creators Update and go into privacy, we'll take a look now at the location privacy settings and what it also means for you. So Windows 10, of course, has the possibility to give out your location. Now, that is one of those settings that it's always a little delicate. It's really the fine line of privacy versus usage versus all these different options that this will actually give us possibilities. So of course, why does Windows 10 want to know your location? For several reasons. First of all, the core apps of Windows 10. So if you use, for example, the weather app, well, of course, if it can pinpoint your location, it'll give you the weather for where you live, not from some other weird place. So that's why it knows I'm in Montreal, Quebec, because the settings are there for me to have location possibility. If you turn that off, you still can use the weather app or the news app if you want. You'll have to manually enter your location. So it all depends on what you want to do. Do you want these apps to know your location? Also, do you want the internet to know your location? There's a lot of things here. Of course, one of them is your IP that will give you location. If you go on Google, for example, or use Google Maps, of course your IP is there. It's going to tell Google Maps where you are. So it's not dependent on everything that you do on your computer. But it has a lot to do with the different apps inside. So you can, location for this device is on. You can change that, turn it off if you want. Of course, location services on. Windows apps and services can use your location. But you can still turn it off, as you see here, for specific apps. And as you go down, you can actually, for example, say, well, I won't use location services, but I'll actually set a default where I am manually. You can actually do that also. And you can pinpoint somewhere that's, not exactly where you are, but a little, not far from it, to kind of have more of a privacy, if you have more of a privacy concern. Location history, of course, is where everything, so if you move around, for example, with your laptop or tablet, there will be a history of everywhere that you go that will be stored. You can clear this data here. So if you move around a lot with your Windows device, well, there's a list of areas that you have gone to. Your Windows operating system will know everywhere you've been. You can clear that history if you wish. So if you went to made a trip or go around a lot, you can actually clear it and just have one location all the time, so you clear it regularly. So you can also manage your location and info that's stored in the cloud. This will bring you to your privacy settings in the cloud at Microsoft's own cloud services. You will see there where it pinpoints where you are. You will see also if you have moved around a lot with your computer, you'll have different points. There's going to show you all the areas that you've went to. So this is cool because it's also the information that's stored at Microsoft that you have here. And of course, in the cloud itself, you have the information here on how to clear location activity. So you can, of course, check that out. There's a number of things that are stored in the cloud, of course. And finally, all the different apps that can use your location that actually have little switches on and off. So if you don't want to turn off the general switch, but you want to apply it to specific apps, well, you will have the switches on and off. One of the cool things about Edge, by the way, is even though it's on, you see here it says sites still need permission. Edge will actually ask you for every website, do you want me to, give out your location or not? So these are all little switches that you can turn on and off. There's an option called geofencing that could be possible to use, which means that you can actually let your computer know or Windows know only from a specific area where you are, and when you're outside that area, it stops checking out your options. So in a lot of things that you can learn, so know your privacy options, you can learn more. Once again, brings you to the privacy options within the cloud at Microsoft if you want to learn more. But it's up to you. You know, location is useful because it does pinpoint your location to different apps that might be useful, like the weather, like the news. And sometimes it's kind of cool. You know, for example, you might ask, why does the camera app want my location? Well, because your camera app will be able to use that information to pinpoint where a picture was taken. So these are little things that you got to think about. That's kind of cool sometimes to see, oh, where was that? I don't remember. Then you look at the picture, it has stored with it, oh, that was when I was at Niagara Falls. Oh yeah, okay, now I remember, because the location service was on. So once again, it's, you know, really the privacy's in a very thin line of you know, your own privacy versus how useful it can be to have your location services turned on. And of course, general switch if you don't want to, or you can also you know, select by app. And remember, you can clear your history on the device if you have been to the several locations. And remember also that the location info stored in the cloud is available for you also to view in the Creators Update. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and thank you so much for following us on this channel.